Testing. Testing, 1, 2. Sure. You guys can see that, right? We're good. Draft. Hold on, let's get the inside info.
Bro, my captain is not in here. He's the one fucking drafting.
Do we need like a private VC?
We're fine. Surely no one will join. It's not supposed to.
Well, you can actually close those off. Close these voice channels off to just, if you'd open chat and then go to like private.
Who's the guy in the Flyers that looks like me? I'm trying to think of the roster, but I honestly don't know their faces well enough. Definitely not Michkov because I'm not Russian. Who else do they have? Travis Konecny, however you say his name. Is Bobby? No, Bobby Brent's on Anaheim now, right? Because he got traded for Zegras. Is it Zegras? Who else? Sanheim's a defenseman that I know. I'm not sure who else. Well, that's definitely not True Beast.
Nope.
1 tag coin per minute. Just saying.
It's tempting. I don't think I
is,
even
right?
know how to do that though.
Shit. Oh.
Garnet Hathaway. All right, I'll pull him up and see what it looks like. I did play hockey. Stopped playing before I got to high school. I had a chance to play in high school on our club team. It wasn't for me. Garnet Hathaway. I mean, sure, I guess. Yeah, I'm a Red Wings fan, obviously.
Yes, said so draft when at 9:53, but he's not here.
When we get it started, can we go to our own channels or?
Yes, I just want to make sure you're all here.
He's here. Great.
How it works.
All right.
Just need Chucky.
Multi-sport app in here, by the way.
Zero has been removed. Rain is playing. The fuck?
Yup.
Burite had in his sign-up so that he could not do Mondays. We were just slow in taking him out, and Rain confirmed that he still wants to play.
Ooh, Rain in.
Interesting.
When do I next sign up? It's a tough question to answer. The trouble is right now.
We're still just waiting for Chucky.
Button shush. It's just hard with the baby because like I can tell my wife that I'm playing, right? And she'll cover for a night if he wakes up. But she really struggles from like 10 to midnight, like cause she goes to bed at 9. So if like he starts crying at 10:30, 11, it really tilts her to get up and comfort him. So like I'm normally doing that, and that's like prime tacro time. So I don't know. Maybe when he's older and he sleeps better. I don't know. We'll see.
By himself.
Oh yeah, I see. Never mind.
And the reason I'm streaming the draft, they are both out of town this weekend. So I'm on my own. Rest in peace to Celtics, man. Did they really lose? What a throw. Looking forward to the Bill Simmons pod tomorrow. Yeah, this is what Waterworld. I'm not gonna pretend that I'd be out at 10 o'clock anyway. I'd be doing something
No, man, Chucky,
at
don't
the
have fallen
house.
asleep. You're supposed to be like West Coast.
Although I did like
Put Garrett in there.
this
Oh, wait,
afternoon, like,
he's-
man, I really should have just gone to see like a movie. I
Oh,
didn't
he's
even
here.
think about it.
Give him
Oh,
the nip team.
dock him.
I'm gonna do
So,
that tomorrow afternoon after I
Alright.
coach.
does everyone have the draft page open? mLTP.gg/draft.
Yes.
Button just won't stop yapping, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna see. Honestly, there's like a 6 p.m. showing tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go to. Volume I can lower, yes. Let's go with my side too. There, it should be better.
Spheroid had told me he wanted me to draft him before. Did you guys talk to him, or is it based on,
Not collabing. I'm ashamed to even know who that guy is, but definitely not collabing.
Yes. And he's
dang, that's
things in his family.
nice. Alright, rip. 5 minutes before the draft is tough. Go on.
Sorry about that. Yeah, once it goes live, we are live. If you tie, like if let's say two of you wanted to go 100, don't both go 100 off the rip, please. But if you match the max bid, then we're going to go to a wheel. And if all of you guys have a full roster, except for people.
Wait, sorry, I have a question about that, actually.
Yes.
So you're saying, like, if someone bids 50, I can't, but I have more than 50, I can't bid 50 and force a wheel, but if I only have 50, then I could force a wheel?
If you have more than 50, you would bid 51.
You would have to bid 51, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But if you have exactly 50,
If you both have exactly 50 and you both bid exactly 50, we would go to a wheel.
okay, sounds good.
And Button, are you doing the wheel or am I doing it on stream? Because I can do it on stream.
I believe Fly's website will do it automatically.
Oh,
but
well,
she
really?
didn't
Okay.
post that part.
Sounds good.
So
Let's just
if
hope.
we-
Let's hope.
if we get there, we'll see if the website does it. If the website doesn't do it, then I'll let you do it on stream. Okay.
Yep. Sounds good.
And the second thing I was saying was that, like, if all of you guys either have a full roster or have 0 coins, we'll just go to snake mode. And it'll go basically whichever captain had 0 TCs first gets to pick first, and then we just snake from there.
Woot woot.
We'll also do a session A and a session B. The first session is going to be your first 8 picks, and then we'll end the draft, start again. Even though you guys,
But there's not like a break, right?
yeah, even though you guys didn't want the time between.
Beast, I don't know if you're able, can you get a poll up, or, yeah, like one of those voting things on AJTC, please?
I'm going to hit advance to next pick. You should be able to bid.
We all just chilling in here.
If you have a co-captain, you usually run to your own channel.
Lame.
Or
God.
This is real or test?
real.
Okay,
Real.
that's... I get out of that channel. Alright, real! Draft is started. Can you guys hear the music? Does it matter? Do you want to hear music? Probably not. Up to 52 already. Who's so interesting? We saw the Snauction for majors. Number 1 went quickly, which was nice. Number 2, some interesting dynamics as part of the co-captain's portion. This one's going to be a little bit different because we're going straight to the entire roster. We're not going to see just, you know, a first half dozen picks, which kind of messed with the TC allotments, I think. So it'll be interesting to see how people play this. You see, we're not going up super high, at least initially here. You know, and that may be reflective of the board too. Is Victor worth going up to the 80s and 90s like Alpha Churro and Carrot were? I think they went for like 80, 75, something like that. Maybe not. Just glancing at the board. Honestly, your top 10-ish, I'd say, are, you know, in the same ballpark talent-wise. I don't know that any of those are insanely better than the others, and there's plenty of depth, I think, too. I will not be singing. Thank you, Beast, for the poll. I appreciate that. So Roly Poly's up to 68. Early contention for logo / jersey at the season. Thank you to whoever just followed Diego. Appreciate that. So Selfie, I don't know if you watched the Majors draft. They don't bid on people. They bid on the pick. So Josh is bidding for the first pick of the draft, and he's won it at 70, which means he will get to select his first person from the pool on the right. And it will be Vic first overall. Ice Plat, how are you? Good to see you. Thoughts in chat on Vic first overall. He, I believe, is getting some majors minutes this weekend. So obviously valued by the majors GMs to some degree. 70 is a big price tag though. Vid date restricted. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I saw I haven't tuned into a ton of your streams, but I saw you've been streaming. That's cool. And I know you're MTC now as well, right? And I don't remember, were you the one working with the Frozen Baller to make those map montages? Because I thought that was a really cool idea. Anyway, Mets Offenders. Interesting team name up to 49, Balladega Knights. The long-time franchise has returned up to 50 TC. That's awesome, dude. I love it. Alright, who's our next pick here? It'd be really boring if we just went down the big board here, so let's get a little creative. Unfortunately, up this high in TC, it's going to be one of those top, you know, I guess top 10. Depends on who wins them, I guess. Let's see. Fraggle Block is Yes, right? Yeah. So who does Yes want? I think Yes probably goes Selfie here. Just based on past connections. What? I mean, am I a genius or what, dude? Am I a genius or what? I've read that Selfie pick like nothing. Alright. Balladega Knights up to 30 now for pick number 3 in the draft. You know, we're not quite there yet. I am really curious to see, does FWO or the Mets Offenders, do they dip into the Frozen Balls pool? I don't know how committed those balls are going to be, though. I know one of them's been grinding a fair amount. The other couple I'm not super sure about. But I'm curious if they made that move. What? So I think they, don't quote me, but I think it's a site limitation beast that they can only do a certain number of pits and then they have to reset it, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. Can you guys see You guys can see them getting picked, right? Do I need to like open my window a little more? Like uncrop a little bit? Huworth 60. I agree, and I kind of thought that's where FWO was going with that bidding. He's been on FWO a couple of different times here. Tinderfeller to Balladega Knights. I think that makes a lot of sense for that coin value. Has been a pretty consistent, MVB, OBOS contender in minors for last 2 or 3 seasons here, so. Oh, it needs to light up when the bid is won, I see. I think that's a good value for you, Tinder. I like that a lot. Pub Swoop's getting involved in the bidding now. Logi, fresh off from Mover Ball, looking to go to back-to-back championships. Putting, I believe, his first bids in. As we see the potential for the wheel come up there. The format's still the same, I believe. Possible most improved this season. Great question. So you got to think about our possibilities here. You're looking a little bit down the board. I think you could maybe go Baby Shark, even though I think they had a pretty nice novice season. If they turned out to dominate minors, that could be a candidate for most improved. I think Tumblewood has potential there. Honestly, Gamma, I know he's controversial, but I could see that. P-Wings, yeah, I like P-Wings as a shout as well. Up to 50 from, or make that 51 from FWO. I think this is for Hugh. Yes, teams can get multiple players before another team gets one. They can. The co-captain's draft is kind of a misnomer because you can get 2. Rosters will fill tonight. Alright, FWO won the bidding. They'll be selecting, I assume, Hugh here. It looks like they're taking their time to think about it. Bid Z, so true. Where's Zeus when you need him? I miss a little Swift Z, you know? I guess we'll take this time to plug Hard Pops, episodes 1 and episodes 2, up on my YouTube channel, as well in the mLTP content if you want to go back and find them. Episode 3 will be coming, called the middle of next week after the Week 1 games for Majors gets played, and that will be the conclusion of the series. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're deliberating about. I wonder if they're in BC or something. I don't see them down there. That's true, you can definitely think about what you're doing with the remainder of your draft. That's for sure. That I'm unsure about. I'm not sure if Fly has considered the ramifications of nobody picking on time. But we won't have to find out, as Hugh is the selection. So FWO is starting out like you think they would. AB are the most fun team in majors. That might be true. That's the LMB team, right? I could see that. Not to be biased, I think Alpha's team is pretty fun to watch. It's like LBT will get the 49 here, MRV. Oh, there's a tie. We're wheeling. LBT and FWO. Why LBT didn't just bid more than that, I'm not entirely sure. Oh no! Pup Sweeps out of nowhere! They bid 50! What? And they won! This is crazy, dude. Keb is the selection of 50 TC. Alright, so Mercury Revolutions, the Mets Offenders, and LBT, all with 100 TC left. And this is when I always hated being in this spot as a GM slash captain. Because if your target was one of those considered first balls, right? So let's say you know MRV and Sadness both think AJ's their target here, right? Now you're just in like a battle to the death. Like they think he's the only good first ball left, and like you're in a battle to the death, and it feels like TC value could always get so inflated so that you could get your guy as you kind of get to the last teams with full budget. I do wonder if this will help keep that down, because you don't necessarily know who's going for who. You think so, Tumble? I don't necessarily disagree. That's honestly kind of how auction drafts went as well. Logi typically does that. Smalley was like that a lot. Nameless, obviously. And they always fielded pretty good teams, typically. Yeah, so when you think about it, top 32, right? And how many have drafted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I'm not counting, but you're like here. And then build a kit, potentially your frozen ballers. Whoever this rookie is, I thought looked good. An attorney I played. The other frozen ballers. So some options down there for your fourth baller that could be good value. Steel in the 50s range. Who are we talking about here? Timmy, right? I'm not sure what we're waiting on. Hold on.
We're trying to redo. LBT is going to come in at 51 on the last bid.
Oh man.
Let me...
Did us and like FWO just like hit it at the same time? Is that why it glitched?
I guess.
It's broken.
It's not broken. I'm undoing the last pick and reopening it. Okay.
Okay. Sounds like we're reopening the pick, so scratch that. Kept still on the board. And yes, people are bidding. That's good.
We're live again on the pick that was
kept. Okay.
kept, yeah.
Okay, so now we're up greater than the 51 that had been spent. We're at 52 now. All the way up to 54. It kind of sucks for Sadness because everyone knows Kep was the pick there, right? So now you have that info. So it's a little unfortunate, but now Sadness isn't really even involved in the bidding, so confusing. I guess LBT had wanted someone, and when they went to that wheel, they couldn't keep bidding, I suppose. Could be Kep. Could definitely be Kep. Could be an AJ here. There's possibilities. Yeah, I guess they must want Kep, don't they? Why else would they reverse it? Because they don't want Kep to go for that cheap, perhaps? Maybe they wanted to bid the pickup. Don't be silly. But it does end up being Kep. Oh lord, who's DMing me? Button, I was listening to you speak. Yeah, LBT got locked in the wheel, so on, so on, so on. Alright, pick, here we go. Alright, who's the next pick off the board? The suspense is crazy. My music is all Chopin, it's true. Am I pronouncing his name right? Maybe. Chopin? That's kind of funny, Beast Mode, actually. That's the second time someone has said, I don't really want Kep on my channel in the past, like, 3 days. Reference Hard Pops episode 2. Chopin, thank you. Alright, up to 50. It's not quite as high as the Majors draft had gotten in the co-captain's portion. However, more of the 50 to 60 TC ranges here. I think Beef Batman Borges Cell is solid still. You know, I think they've got a shot at it. Cause like you get down to Trapson and Rain, and like that's not bad either. You know, like if you go Ed Borges Cell Trapson maybe, cause who's playing O? It's like that, yeah. We just missed a pick. Who'd I miss? Spjork. Technology. Thank you. Stop distracting me. So Logi starting out his back-to-back bid with Spjork. Spjork's interesting. They had returned after a long while. Gosh, how many seasons ago was that? I was doing Clutch Time, I'm pretty sure, so that was like 2 or 3 seasons ago. Did not think they were particularly good. I think they've pretty heavily improved since their return. I ended up playing pretty well. I think that was for Way of Paints towards the end of that clutch time season. Yeah, season 36. Yeah. Yeah, I think Sadness is back to Legend of the Splitting Temple. That's not been reflected on the draft site, I guess. Yeah, definitely was not majors ready in his return. But I think it's got him back to pretty high minors level. LBT up to 48. Who does LBT want? It's probably... I assume they would like Trapson, but this does not feel like the coin value for Trapson. So are they trying to reunite Freak and Trapson for like the 20th season in a row? Maybe. Alright, Pup Sweep / Legends of the Splitting Temple. They'll take this pick, and it will be... I'm gonna guess Horse. Why, I'm not entirely sure, but that's where I'm leaning. Who does Sadness want? Maybe Sadness wants Rain. Maybe he's just gonna pick players that like align with his name. Who else would fit into like a sad vibe? Rain. Oh, it's AJ! Oh, hey! For 49! Can I confirm he's overstrict? No, I have no idea. How would I even know that? It's not tracked on here. We don't have a big board. I don't think. Is there a big board? Hold on, JK, I got you, bro. I'll get you back. I'm not entirely sure how do I do that on mobile? JK, I apologize if you're gone forever now. Hold on. Mod actions? Oh yeah, there you are. There you are. How do I untimeout you? Oh, we're fine, got you. Okay, good. Oh, did I miss anything? Freak is O-restricted, according to Button, and there is some sort of big board / restriction sheet that I will open as soon as I get a moment. Beast mode, please do not abuse. Timeout JK, please. Thank you. Alright, OBT with the win. I'm gonna take the low-hanging fruit and say that Sadness is gonna run out his draft with JK and Gamma in some unfortunate fourth. Probably a Frozen Baller. Borges? No, surely not Borges. It can't be. Oh, was I not scrolled? Sorry. Alright, LBT's still thinking. Who does Chucky want? Could go for the weed vibes and go with goat here / beef. That'd be a strong start to the wheat team. Freak traps in. Other strong considerations here. Thank you, Button, for the relevant restrictions. It is beef. Called it. Alright, so Vic, D-restricted, Freak, O-restricted, Batman/Ed, D-restricted, Horse is O-restricted, and P-Wings is D-restricted. Lock that down. Alright, so this is where we take the break, / not really a break. Everyone has ended up with one player in this portion. Horse O restricted. That is confirmed by CRC. I'm a little more surprised about Horse, I think. Maybe I just haven't followed, but Freak not being in that first 8 isn't like a huge shock to me. Like, who would you take Freak over? I don't know. No, so restrictions are you sign up restricted, and it's typically like, so like I'm an offender, right? And there were times when I wanted to play defense, but I would sign up and I would get forced to play offense because offense is my primary position. So you sign up with a restriction and say, hey, I'm D-restricted. I'm only playing defense this season because that's the position I want to play. I don't want to play my quote-unquote stronger position. So that's what typically those restrictions are used for. It's a player choice. It's not a CRC choice. Typically. Now, there have been examples of like a really good player who wants to play in a lower league but would be considered too good if they played their primary position. And there have been cases where they've been forced to restrict to their opposite position in order to play in the lower league. That has happened. Refresh? Oh god. Why do I have to refresh? Dumb site. Alright, we're back. I've refreshed. I've refreshed. Do I have to refresh again? Well, now it's just frozen. What in the world?
It's people didn't get in, did they?
I don't think people knew. I don't think they refreshed. Same thing like when I was streaming Button.
It's
Yeah,
all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna have everyone refresh.
that's fine. Understandable. Yes, Thunder. We did just win that for 30, so just so we're clear.
I didn't even know, like, I mean, I'm not a captain, I'm not in the chain or anything.
Yeah,
but
sorry, I sent a ping, but I should have said you guys need to refresh. But everyone should be refreshing right now.
Yeah. I see it now. Is the 30 bid staying?
Yep.
No, we're
No, man. Come on, man.
And I was like, well,
Come on, man. You can't give it to me.
You already stole Tinder, man. Can't have everything.
What do you mean stole Tinder?
You stole Tinder.
I mean, who else? You should have had Chucky bid more, man. Don't blame me. Don't blame me because I see quality when I can see quality.
You. I'm blaming you.
I would have done the same thing to you. I would have stole you away from LBT too.
It's fucked up, bro. It's fucked
What?
up.
Do we need to pick someone, or how does this work, Button?
You should just pick someone and then I'll undo it.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick Cap 1, and that's not a serious pick.
What's
Pick
happening?
Gamma for the
Wait.
memes.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Does that sound good?
That you guys
Yeah.
did not see it. The draft would reopen, so we're restarting.
I should not be clicking anything, right?
I think
you guys-
we're gonna click Cap 1, the bottom of the thing, and then he's gonna reset it.
Okay.
Cap 1 the goat, dude. Alright, did everyone catch that? We're resetting. Because we have to refresh for some silly reason. Alright, this is real. Who is Cap 1? It's a good question. A lot of good players left on the board. Who do we think is the lowest on the pool to get drafted? Any thoughts? Is Lesser making it to minors? Any of the frozen ballers? Build a Cat's an interesting name. Yunzef LBT. I don't follow Novice, but I'm assuming that he was an LBTer, or they were. FWO up to 43 now, which should be, well, I guess Logi could contest if he wanted, so could have Chucky, but decided not to, so 43 is the total, and Freak is the selection, so Freak and Hugh, I feel like they played together before. Why I think that? I'm not entirely sure. Did they play on a Majors roster together briefly? I'm gonna struggle with that. Yeah, I know Bill's old. I'm familiar. So I think FWO with a really strong top 2. Alright, we're on wheel territory. We'll see if they get locked in the wheel, which would be unfortunate. That would make sense. He wins. Was he on, oh, what was the team? Balkamedes? Okay, looks like there's wheel. Scam. Yes wins the wheel. And I'm a horse is the pick. Listen. I don't know. It looks like we're just gonna roll with it. So Sophie and Horse, I think another strong duo. Depending on what shape Hugh's in, I think I like FWO's better. We said Freak was unrestricted, right? Yes, Freak unrestricted. Which I like less. LBT in the lead. Balladega Knights can push them. Mets offenders can push them if they're so inclined. Escan Sadness. Logi. Still plenty of teams with coinage left as Balladega Knights looks like no. LBT the snipe. see Rain going here fairly soon. I think Trapson is pretty obvious target for LBT here. Borgus, I suppose, as well. Baldiga Knights take it to 39, and honestly, I'm not entirely sure who Bay and Joy are going after here. Cell feels too, yeah, it feels too high. So Batman it is, formerly known as Ed. Not sure what shapes Ed is in, but I like Tinder Ed a lot too. You know, I just like everyone's top two. You know what I mean? We'll see how the third and fourth balls shake out. By the way, I'm gonna leak some very important info. Yeah, yes, you beat me to it. And I made my bets before I realized this. Alpha is playing defense this week. So yes, I went over on his caps, and yes, I'm confident he's gonna go over anyway. But it may hurt his OBOS kiss, which I may have also bet him to win. So we'll see. But be wary if you're betting that Alpha is on defense this week. I'm not entirely sure that Vic is their call-up. Let's put it that way. And you may know better than I do. From what I've seen, there were two options, one of them being Vic. As we get to 31 on LBT, and this is probably a Trapson pick here. Borgus! Oh, the other LBT stalwart. Yeah, but that's a Hard Pops exclusive. Alpha's playing D this week. That's as of today. I was watching scrims today, so I don't know 2 days ago, but that's what I heard today. Is Borgus like suddenly good? No flame, but as a second ball, is that correct? Yeah, that made sense. Alright, up to 20 tag coins for this next slot. Borgus is Borgus, I think. I don't think he's ever had a different name. Was a fairly long time novice ball. I would call it a breakout season in minors. I don't know, 5 seasons ago, and then never really kept going up. He kind of dropped bad to like a fourth ball. So I was surprised to see him go second ball here. I guess with the pool that we have, it makes a little more sense. He's probably more up in that second ball territory with this sign up list. He's not bad from what I've seen. I was just kind of shocked to see him go for 31 there. Like, I would take Trapson over him. I'd take Rain. You can make arguments for P-Wings, JK. I don't know much about the LBT novice crew, so like Carousel, Baby Shark, I don't know a ton about them. As Mets offenders will get their second pick here. Gamma, I think I would take over him. Yeah, that's the other portion of it. Spending 31 to do it. Yeah, yes, I think that was fair play from you. Who do the Mets offenders want here? Honestly, I don't know who they're tied to. Did they have a novice team last season? Was he involved in novice? I can't remember. Could be a Rain, I think. Because I don't know who else you go in this spot. You went up fairly high. K-pop Riemann Hunters, that's right, thank you. Yeah, it feels like BDL's got that curse a little bit of like perceived very highly, but seems to like not be able to quite compete at that highest level with other people who are being drafted at that same value. And maybe it's different this season. JK, appreciate the subscription. What team is the best coach will VOD review? Cell was the pick for. I think that makes sense. Great question. It's funny because like I have not been captain in so long. I've always been the captain, so it's hard for me to answer that. I think Logi will do some film review. I doubt Chucky is, but maybe someone in the LBT sphere is. I think you could persuade Jigga Mets to do some VOD review with you. Sadness maybe. FWO will definitely be doing VOD review, 100%. You think Josh will? But like, no disrespect to Josh, will Josh give you useful info? I'm not sure. And again, that's no disrespect to Josh, but you want someone who has a higher understanding, who's probably played at a higher level. And not to say that makes you an effective communicator, but it gives you some insights that, you know, someone who's more traditionally played at an average minors level. You know what I mean? It's all about who you can pull in as your co-captain slash like training team. Like Mets has all its ABO people he can draw on. Sadness up to 20 here. To that point, Cope, again, I apologize, I don't know your actual tag pro name. To that point, it is a fairly balanced pool. I think Tumble was saying that earlier. These top two balls, you know, feel fairly balanced. I don't think there's one person that's overly dominant out of this group, and I don't think there's one person that's like horrible. Not to keep knocking Borges, I think, you know, but Borges is probably kind of at the limit of that. You've already hired him? Nice, dude. Got it. Hey, listen. Props to OK then for finding a way to generate some revenue from Tag Pro. Hard to do. I'm 11, 12 years in, and I've made like 500 from streaming. So it's not bad. Yeah, it's gonna be another classic Logi draft for sure. All right, Sadness selecting here for Legends the Split in Temple. Logi's got a pretty good record. Usually top half, and has a reputation for punching above their weight. Obviously, they were almost a wire-to-wire favorite last season, I believe, and they ended up winning. But usually fairly competitive teams in the regular season, and then they tend to make at least a round or two into the playoffs. So Rain is the pick. Okay. What a combo, AJ and Rain. I kind of love it, man. Logi versus Nameless. That's so hard to say because Nameless, he would just draft he would just draft these pubbers that were like 12 and 13 and like mold them into his OPH. I don't even know. It was the way he drafted was so unique. Logi's not dipping into the unknown, I don't think. Like Nameless did. I think Nameless was more of an organizational operation than Logi is. Like I remember Galvatron, Ted, obviously. Zeus was very young, and I think I got drafted by OPH. Both, I think, young literally and like in terms of in game. We're fine. I'm not. That's an interesting question. It's so true, Tumble. I love that comparison, actually. I know ASAP doesn't really captain anymore, but you could definitely have thrown What Can You Dino into that grouping as well. And then who would be your fourth house? As I missed a pit there. Who'd I miss? Admania goes for 24 to Logi. So Admania on the come up. ASAPers definitely have to be Hufflepuff, I agree. Uh, yeah, but does FWO have the history to be called a house? I think you have to be like ABO would be a house to me. You know, they have the history. I think FWO is too recent. Is my music off? Again, do we care that it's off? It's off. I'm gonna restart it. You're counting GLTP? I don't know if we can do that. I can't remember what the other sports in the Harry Potter universe are, but like you're including things that aren't Quidditch. You know what I mean? LBT up to 20, but there is a wheel, allegedly. No, LBT just wins it. Okay. Baby Shark. There it is. The LBT novice player makes the jump to minors. LBT sticking with who they know. Yeah, Jarvis gone too soon, ma'am. I'm glad he's out there living his life, but sad to see him go. Got to meet him a couple of different times. All right, Roly Poly's up to 12. Teams really starting to get to the end of their TC here. Really, Sadness, Josh, and Logi kind of controlling the board here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jarvis hasn't been like involved in some time. Yep, I would agree with that, Cope. I think that's pretty accurate. But that must feel kind of cool, right? To be like part of that LBT novice team and know they're gonna give you a shot at the higher tier. I think that's pretty cool. Josh up to 18. Who's playing defense for Logi, by the way. Because that's an offense right there. Unless Admania is suddenly playing defense now? Yeah, I agree. Franchise. It's just the continuity is the problem. How you'd work the continuity, I'm not entirely sure. Sport, Logi, it might work this season, and I hate to doubt you because you just won a Mooper. I don't know about defense for Spork, man. And not even player population, but like, will the captains stick around season to season as well? That's also questionable. Yeah, I agree. Edmania can D. I would rather see Spork on O. By the way, face going to Josh there. Not bad. I don't hate that. Well, it's certainly moving a little slower than the majors portion went. I think teams have been more willing to take their time in one bid. It's an interesting wrinkle. I'm glad we're trying it at the very least. I do like when we do these, and we'll see if this is a one-off, but I do like when we try these one-off changes. Like we did the Vickery in season 16. I thought that was interesting. It's good to have change, and I know Cheese has gone on some diatribe about change not always being good for the sake of change, but for like competitive, I think it is. Alright. Logi with another pick here. Who does Logi want? Who? Does he go Trapson? I think Trapson fits really well. They need a defender. Because I don't know that Sporkyard Mania are like... I'd like someone who's more solidly entrenched. I think Trapson could be that for them. Yes, and it will be Trapson. Look at me go. I don't know enough about League. Like, I've played, and like, I watch it. And they do just make changes, right? But there's probably a little more thought into it than just that, but yeah, I guess. Yeah, Fearless, I've actually really enjoyed Fearless. That's been cool. Although I'm kind of at the point where it's like I want even more drastic changes, because now instead of the same 5 champs, it's the same 15 or whatever, you know what I mean? I guess multiply that by 2. And I want more, you know? I want to see more. I want you, you know, just crazy picks, dude. That's true. Best of 5 certainly help, yeah. Alright. Sadness and reminder that is Legends of the Splitting Temple, not pup sweeps. We'll see who they go with here. True. True. Who does Sadness take? It's a good question. You may know, AJ. Maybe he stays with the Euro theme and he goes Liddy here. That'd be fun. Could be a JK angle. I'm not sure if he's a JK hater, though. Gamma, perhaps? I think Gamma makes sense. I actually like Gamma a lot here, honestly. Yeah, Session A versus Session B. So like majors had their co-captains draft. That's what they're calling Session A. Minors is doing this all tonight, so it's really no distinction. Oh, you just kick out Rain. There you go. Alright, Sadness, what's the play here? P wins, okay. I think the safer option, emotionally, maybe, I don't know. Man, yeah, okay. I haven't seen P wins play in a little bit. I think Gamba's super mechanical, man. And I think that fits with AJ. And Rain's smart enough to corral him, maybe. Rain on O, yes? Right? Am I crazy? AJ on D? Or is it vice versa? Again, I have not opened that restriction sheet, so. Alright, what's Sadness? I mean, Sadness can just win their last player. So I'm not sure why they're not. Yeah, I was gonna say. Sadness will get their last ball here. Big fan of the Yes team. It's a good start. How do we finish? That's the question. But I agree, I like it. Alright, Sadness, how do we round out this roster? I really think AJ's playing defense. Call me crazy. Yeah, I think Sadness did a nice job. I think you and AJ are really good value, Rain. I like that for both of you. And then to get P wins as your third, and then control your fourth is really good too, I think. We'll see if the choices are correct, but yeah, I would agree that the execution worked out pretty good. Oh, is TP code Gamma? It's not, right? I guess I don't know. Alright, Sadness. Lock it in. What if Sadness just goes completely off the wall here? Goblin. Lock it. Sadness was listening. It's Gamma, dude. Alright, so it's gotta be. I think AJ's on defense, and then I'm not sure whether it's P Wings or Rain on defense. But I love that as the final pick. I think I like that. A little volatile, but I love the potential of that team. Oh, Wings is D restrict, okay. So I think it's AJ P Wings on D. Unless Rain plays D, but I think on the ping, you would rather have Rain play O. I imagine there'll be some rotating, so it may not matter too much. AJ Gamma O? I mean, that's certainly a strong offense. I think your balance is maybe better the other way around. Yeah, okay, alright. What do I know? Tumblewood is the pick for Josh. So Rain P Wayne's defense, AJ Gamma O. Yeah, sure, man. All right, Logi will get his final pick. Pick of the draft, says Tumble. Maybe right. Is Faceplane O? So that's a Tumble Vic defense, right? Or Tumble, are you O? I can't remember. I cannot. Oh, Logi will not get his last pick. I forgot that Mets had more coins than he did. So who do they want that they had to jump Logi? Kep and Cell. Who pairs with Kep and Cell? I don't know. Honestly. Are they... This might... When do we start going off the board? I think it's soon. When does Archive get picked? You're taking Oink? Not a bad thought, Rain. They took JK! Yo! Alright, JK, don't get offended, but now they got 2 no-mites! Oh, man. Anyway. I don't know if I can say psych. Last time you touched the tiles, it was without a mic. Alright, where are we at? Logi trying to get his last player here. I love to hear that. Listen, I've always said that JK is a good player. I've always said that. Except for that one clip that went viral that I didn't say that. But other than that, I've always said it. Mercury Revolution's up to 7. That's smart, JK, that's smart. Just throw in a little sigh once in a while, just in case they're not picking it up. Alright, who does Logi want? Okay, they went active. Okay, I'm not as inspired by that. Yes, you could try to draft Gamma if not for the fact that he's no longer available. But other than that, go right ahead. Yeah, Adarsh as your last pick doesn't super inspire me. He'll be fine, I guess. And it's a strong roster around him. I guess he's playing O with Admania. If it's Spork, Traps, and D. Actually, I don't love the sound of that. Who else is left? Logi, you could have taken a chance. Pick one of the Frozen Balls guy, you know? Go, I don't know, Oats for Goats or something. Like, come on, dude. Adarsh is too safe. Oh, wheel. FWO wins the wheel. Nice. And they go Cooler. I love that. Good for Cooler, man. I like that a lot. Alright, Bodega. Could go one more here and get their last player. Or they might go to a wheel. I imagine they're just gonna bid one more. Yeah, not a bad Shadow Caitlyn. I almost wanted one team just to go full European. Because he's Euro, right? So you could go Rain, Liddy. I don't know if there's a fourth Euro. Maybe like a Euro in Spirit. Or Robiny! No, you can go Robiny. Shocker. Oh no, not the LBT. Linnet, Garrett. Going to BDN. Yeah, I don't know Waterwheel. I don't know. Gotta love Coop, man. What a throwback. Alright, we're gonna have a three-way wheel for one tag coin. Unless LBT wants to take their final player, yes, they will take their final player. Did Garrett remove Monday availability? I don't see him on restrictions list. Unless I scrolled right by him. Alright, who does LBT go here? Is it Carousel, like Tumble was thinking? I would buy that. By the way, for those curious, Vic no longer in tripping ball scrims, but other players are. So again, let that inform your decisions for your bets. I think, where does a frozen ball player go, if they go? By the way, did Solemn pull his son up? Because I don't see him on here anymore. He must have pulled. I think Mets could go with a frozen baller. I think FWO could. Hard to see anyone else. Maybe yes. But... Hello, Cooler. Congratulations. Diego's the actor, right? Aren't they like a somewhat they're in shows? Like not like big, but like they're in shows. Am I crazy? He's good at singing? Interesting. Oh, Rufa? What? What a squad. I hate it. That Druva pick, it has thrown me off. Alright, now we have the three-way wheel. I agree, for a fun team. They will have fun, I guarantee it. Maybe Baby Shark's the GOAT, though. I feel like Druva's playing defense on that team. And then maybe Borges? I have no idea. Okay. So the timer's going. So this should go to a 3-person wheel. Okay, here we go. Bait spin. Why is roly-polies not abbreviated? I don't know. Anyway, Mets offenders, they'll get their final pick. Where do they land? Oh, Young Zep? The quick Young Zep. Okay. I love it, man. Interesting team. Potential is the way I would describe that team. Alright, so now Balladega Knights and Roly Poly's gonna wheel again. Try to get their pick. And it will belong to the Roly Polies. So who does Josh want to close out his draft? Needs an offender nets to face. If we're playing traditional here. And it's going to be Oink to round things out. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what Yis's plan is. All Dega Knights will be able to get their last player here. Alright, who does Balladega take? No idea. No clue. They have the OPT connection, so maybe they do go Carousel here. Selfie on D? I don't think so. I can check. Button. I don't see anything saying that he's on defense. Maybe? Could be. Well, Horse is on defense. What do you mean? Just draft 3-0. I don't care. Flaccid is the pick. I don't love that team. It hinges on Ed and how good Ed is right now. I don't love that. Alright, I guess we're down to Snake now. Because everyone's at 0. Who's remaining? So yes on the clock benefits hugely from this first Snake position. Zach Prof, I have concerns. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have concerns. They're cooking something. Now who does Yes go here, man? I think Karasu is fine. Noted CT. He would have picked a Liddy. I just don't see Liddy play a ton, so it's hard for me to say. Oh, is Karasu missing finals? Let me pull up the restriction sheet. Karasu. Yeah, can't play the Foci 4 or the championship. Is also restricted from playing majors and minors. Okay, so not an option. What need the pick here? Yalbo, thank you for the Tag Pro League. Young Zeph was on the Good Gravy boat? What? He was on Jungle Jutes? I played against Jungle Jutes. I don't remember this guy at all. What? Center of attention, he's a Westie. Which I guess we knew. But wow. Interesting. I really don't remember that name at all. I played against that Jungle Jutes roster in minors. Might have to go back and find the stream. See what this young Zeph guy's all about. Oh, so I guess Batman Linux is your defense. Yeah, it just depends on Ed, man. Just depends on Ed. Who does FWO want here? Yeah, sorry, I switch between whether I use their actual current name or not. You like the Bay Joy team, huh? Oh, there he goes! The Frozen Ballers have made it to minors! Alright, I think one of the stronger Frozen Balls players. Here we go! Can someone remind me what team was he on? They were in the finals, right? It wasn't everything going to be Irie, it was the other team they were playing. The video game Rejets, I think? BGR? Yeah, if he's willing to show up, the infrastructure of FWO, that's going to be a good place to learn. Yeah, that makes a lot. I like that a lot. Alright, yes. Who is the last pick? Who is the Mr. or Mrs. Irrelevant here? What a whiff pro quo, perhaps? Who does Yes choose to round out his roster? We could go double Euro. And there you go. Double Euro it is. Alright. Good job, everyone. We're gonna print screen. Boom. And we're gonna post this to content. Boom. If you guys can read that, I hope. And that's gonna be the stream, guys. Congrats to everyone that's been drafted. Looking forward to seeing some make their minors debut. Reminder, first week of majors, tomorrow evening. The final episode of Hard Pops, sometime middle of next week. Be on the lookout for that. And I assume at some point the novice draft. So, thanks everyone and have a good night.